more money, you invest some money so that we increase your slab of income. You invest more money, your slab will increase. The moment they invested, they got a little more, 50 rupees more, 100 rupees more. The moment they invested more, it was showing more, but they could never encash. Who was talking? Okay, so the moment you invest more, it will be shown against your account, but the whole account is in virtual space, which doesn't really exist. It never comes to your account. You are not allowed to encash it. The moment you ask for money, they don't answer back. They don't respond back. This is just example of movie investment, job fraud. You're asked to click likes on a particular YouTube video. You're asked to click on a particular Google rating. So many types of different kinds of frauds. It's just an imagination of the fraudster just to lure you. The third example, loan apps and malicious apps. All of us have been hearing this. A PAN number will allow you to give your loans, but it also asks for your contact list. The moment you install the app, it has access to the contacts. They put compound by compound interest and you cannot pay back. The moment you don't pay back, you are harassed, you are threatened. All your contacts are sent with the morphed images in obscene nature and you are harassed. People have committed suicide because of these cases. The next one is IVR trap. Yesterday also I got a call like this saying that my phone would be disabled in the next couple of hours if I don't click on 9. You get a High Court notice saying that you don't respond back. You'll get a High Court summons for attachment of a property next 2 hours. It can be any reason. There are a number of reasons which are being circulated. There's a recording of the call. You are asked to click on a number. The moment you click, it gets transferred to somebody. He'll start conversing. He'll start trying to lure you further and send you link, ask you to send money, something. Last, the next one is fingerprint and AEPS. All of us have heard. How many of you log your biometrics? How many of you don't know that we can log biometrics? You don't know? Okay, Aadhaar has a provision, and if you download the M-Aadhaar app, there is a provision where you can lock your biometrics. That means when you lock your biometrics, no other place, if you don't allow it, the authentication using the biometrics can be done. It can only be done when you allow it. So when you want to take a new SIM card, for example, you are giving a thumb impression. If the Aadhaar biometric is locked, it will not authenticate. You have to open it, give your biometric, authenticate, and then again lock it. That will help you in preventing the AEPS frauds. The next one is AI and deepfake. We all have seen this particular video. All of us have seen. Just recently also there was a video of Honorable Union Home Minister. It is not deepfake. It is a properly edited one. But there are a number of videos which are going around in deepfake. So many types of videos. Even the Ukraine-Russian war also saw so many videos of deepfake. It is going to increase. Next. Stock investment and crypto, which the lady was talking about. Telegram, you'll find a group asking you to join a group where I will give you suggestions on good stocks to invest, good tips to invest. And then they will take a name of some very good analyst, a stock analyst, who is very famous, who has lots of influencers. I create a group on Telegram with that particular person's name. All of you must be knowing that we can buy followers on Instagram and Telegram. Do you know this? Yeah. So don't fall for more number of followers. So the moment you see more number of followers on the two same named groups, for example, Amitabh Bachchan one group, Amitabh Bachchan second group. One has more followers. Which one would you want to join? Generally, we join for more followers, thinking it is more genuine. So I create a group on a particular influencer's name. It can be anyone, stock, it can be crypto, it can be a politician, it can be a political party, it can be a movie star, it can be anything. I buy followers, I add them to my group. The moment you join, you are lured further into that. You are asked to invest. Somehow, at the bottom line is they will ask for money. This is the bottom line. Okay. Next, what is money muling? Anybody? Okay, we'll see a small video on that. Then I'll explain. Can you play?
Peter, a college student. A few weeks ago, he received a random job offer as an agent for cryptocurrency transactions. It promised a commission of $500 to $1,000 a week. Peter jumped at the opportunity because it seemed like easy money. After accepting the job, he was asked to transfer some money to his bank account. Deal, right? Shortly afterwards, his accounts were frozen. Unwittingly, he had become part of a money muling scheme, helping criminals launder illicit proceeds from trafficking drugs, arms, or human beings. Criminals often target vulnerable or unsuspecting people to become money mules. People see these opportunities as a way out of their financial troubles, but in reality, money mules are entering a risky situation. Be careful when transferring money for another person, especially if it's someone you've never met. If you use your account, it could also become your crime.
So, can you stop it? Yeah. It is not a separate crime in itself. It is a part of a bigger crime where money mules are used. What is a money mule? To keep it very simple, I commit a fraud from somebody. I'm taking that money, but I don't take it into my account. I route it through somebody else's who is not party to my crime. For example, I use your account, so I ask the fraudster to put that money into your account, and then do a separate fraud with you, convincing you to transfer this money to somebody else. To explain this very simple, for example, I hire you on a job. Okay, your job is nothing but very simple. There'll be some money, which is company money coming to your account. You are working as some accountant or some designation I will give you, and you will join my company. Your job is to send money which comes to your account to different clients. This is all I tell you. Okay, I give you those 10 accounts and I ask you to transfer the money to 10 different clients who are my business clients. I'm supposed to pay them. Okay, you got the money and you transferred that particular to 10 different accounts. You are working for me. I will show that you are my employee. I'll give you a good certified bond paper letter and all, and give you a letterhead job appointment order and everything. But soon you'll realize the money which is coming to your account is not coming directly because of some business transaction. It is coming through a fraud which is getting committed somewhere else with somebody else. That person is transferring the money to your account, where that person is told to send this money to your account. You unwittingly are made to transfer it to 10 different people. Now, those 10 can also be mules. Those 10 can also be the fraudster's account or their own accessed accounts. It can be anything. The moment you transfer the money, now you are part of that laundering chain. What the fraudster is doing is he's just creating a layer here. The investigating officer, when he goes trying to trace the flow of the funds from account to account, I end up at your doorstep, but I don't know who is the fraudster. He gave you an appointment order, he gave you a letter saying that you are his employee, but the letter is false, the address is false, the entire person is fake. Nobody is there. This is increasing day by day, and this is what exactly I was explaining you a little while ago in Odisha, where 3 people could garner 4 crores of profit in a month's time by just creating new accounts. And it is going on very rampantly because we want digital inclusion and financial inclusion. So we create bank accounts. Now they are lying vacant. So what happens if it is lying vacant? I just give you 5,000 per month to use your account. You can even sublet it. It's just like some house being given on rent or something. So many people are using these kind of techniques to avoid getting caught in investigation. I've seen yesterday also there was an old man who came to my office saying his 58 lakhs are lost in one of the investment frauds which I just explained because of a Telegram group. His other amount, which is 47 lakhs, is seized now because of the muling issue. His account was used as a mule by the fraudster. So he's stuck in both ways. His entire life saving is lost now. I can't help him legally because there is another case, because there is some other victim in some other state whose money is lost, which is routed through this person's account. Now he's party to the crime, as explained here. So unwittingly also you become party to the crime. So you have to be very, very careful in what you're doing. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Who's asking?
Sir.
Yeah.
So what is the remedy that the person gets? Will he be proven innocent, or what is the solution that?
Yeah, that is a question of investigation. It varies from case to case basis, what and how far you have given access to the person. Okay. If you also were defrauded as maybe like an employment opportunity and they're told that this is your job to transfer money, and you have filed a complaint, then you can be considered as a victim. You don't file a complaint, then you are not a victim. First. Second, if it is not like, next. Yeah, next. So if it is a compromised account, then you're definitely a victim. If your credentials are lost, somebody hacked your account, then you're definitely a victim. If you are unknowingly and willing to file a complaint, then I can consider you as a victim. But the third category, who give on rent your accounts, are equally complicit. So I cannot consider them as victim. They may be a victim of their financial status or their poverty or some other at the behest of somebody else. You understood? So the third category is increasing. Unfortunately, that is a problem. The first category has reduced. Third category is increasing. Second is still there. An auto rickshaw driver here in Bangalore was told that he would be given some government scheme benefits. So he was asked to share his bank accounts. A bank account was created in a particular bank. There are 4 or 5 different banks which are regularly used for their very bad reputation of KYC verification. I don't want to name the banks, but if your account is there, better to try to shift it out. There are 4 or 5 banks which are very infamous for these kind of things. So he was asked to create a bank account in that particular bank. And then the auto driver was told that you will get a scheme, please fill this form, you get this so and so benefit from the government, you get 1 lakh or 2 lakhs and you can buy a taxi, run a taxi, and all sorts of things were told. So poor fellow, he created an account, he gave access, he gave his Aadhaar, he gave his PAN, he gave everything. At fine morning, one day, police went to his house, arrested him because his account was being used as a mule account. Then he realized what mistake he has done. Okay, now it is left to the law enforcement to what extent they want to decide whether he will be a witness, he will be an accused, and an approver or not an approver will depend on the facts of the case. Okay, but you have to face the law if you are in such a situation. So the easiest solution is keep your bank credentials very, very carefully, not share with anyone, don't allow anybody else other than you to use your bank account. Okay, next slide. AI and cybercrime, this is an evolving threat. It has already started in a number of ways. We have seen even AI being used to create sophisticated malwares to attack many places. Even ChatGPT was used to create a malware, which was also proved. Now the problem is so many things are going on. Deep fake, you have voice calls which come with AI. You have so many videos which circulate, which are not true, misinformation, law and order problems. Many things are created because of AI. Next. The last line, previous slide. Most of us have a habit of using @ for A, exclamatory mark for L. Okay, so such kind of things in our password. So AI algorithms are there which can easily guess your passwords. I can just feed your information, some basic information like your date of birth, your place, residence, mother, father, college, so many things, call everything, vehicle, car, color, so many things. And AI can come up with guesses of answer, and I can attack your password using that. So if you have a combination of your name and a date of birth, or your vehicle number, color, pet's name, mother's name, please change it. Okay, don't use easy combination of passwords. Okay, and next. So what is the solution? What is going on here? What is the problem? Why are we falling for it? As you can see, couple of clicks, please. Yeah. What is the psychology? Why are we falling for it? Anyway, you have a session on the psychology later, but I'll just briefly touch upon this. Why are we falling for it? In spite of so many sessions of awareness, still, why do we fall for it? What is the reason? Why there is greed? Why there is instinctive reaction? What is the reason? That lady who was talking about Telegram fraud. You were not aware of cyber crimes before? You was. Then why did you fall for it? What could be a reason? I'm asking your psychological state of mind at that time. Not to point you out, just to understand. Yeah.
I think I was too young to understand anything about financial conditions or to invest in stocks.
That is the knowledge part. What is the psychological part?
Greed.
Okay. Can you explain human nature? What do you mean by human nature? Greed?
Those things.
Depends on scenario means.
Say so what type of thing you are getting.
Yeah.
That depends upon the scenario, sir. If there any message or any mail what you're getting, like
So if I tell you to click on likes of a YouTube video, and I say you click 5 times, I'll give you 100 rupees.
yeah,
And what is driving you?
money.
Greed.
Basically.
Yeah. Why? Why do you say that? Okay, in the cases of digital arrest, what is going on? When you are digitally arrested and kept hostage at your home, what is going on? What is your state of mind? Fear and anxiety. Okay, if I ask you to click on some link, say that you got a lottery, which is a very old trick now. Say that you got a lottery and ask you to click on the link. Most of the people did. Why? Greed, but they know that they are not supposed to click. Why? Still they click. Negligence, okay. Is negligence a right word? Okay, so there were many studies which were done on the psychological aspect of phishing. They brought in, next slide please, they brought in what is called as two-system theory. How many of you have heard this? It's very important for us to understand this psychological concept behind why do we get defrauded. This is not the case normally only in cybercrime. Even in a simple cheating case, a normal case which happens face to face, attention diversion. You don't know how to draw money from ATM. I'll help you to draw money. Please click like this. So attention diversion is also cheating. Why am I able to cheat somebody? What is the prerequisite for cheating? Somebody said? Trust is most important. To commit the cheating, I need to establish trust. How do I establish trust? So I do a study on you, I understand your behavior, I'll understand how you behave, how you respond, and try to work on those aspects. This is very simple. That is pure psychology. All the frauds which are committed are nothing but cheating. They are based on psychology. That's why the next session is very, very important for you to understand the psychological aspect of this particular fraud. So next slide, please. So Daniel Kahneman is a Nobel laureate who has won Nobel for what? For economics, behavioral economics, and he has written a book called Thinking Fast and Slow. How many of you have read this? You have read it. What does it say? You remember? Remember? Can you just explain in a sentence?
And we actually think that they accurately say depending on the false biases that they have on it. So there's one particular thing that
So it talks about two-system thought process. If you can see the diagram, it's very simple to understand. It's not that complicated. It's very simple. All of us are tuned to think instinctively. We decide on the go immediately, and immediately we start doing it. Subconsciously, we are trained to think like this. And it is most of our decisions are what is called as system one. They are driven with the system one thought process, which is wrong. And you are prone for that 90% of the cases. It is effortless because it is pain of thinking so much. Just to give an example, you are going to a hospital, you are waiting for the doctor. There are 4 chairs outside, you want to sit outside. How long? It's an absurd question, even to think so much. Is it not? That is when you are thinking about system one. A wrong question, maybe. How long did you think? At least I hope you would have had some thought process. You would have decided amongst few other colleges. You would have joined here for some reason. Is it not? So you took some time to think. That is system 2. So what we are trying to tell you is there was a study done on cyber crimes where most of the people who fall prey for this are thinking with system 1. This is the problem. So when you see a link, when you see something which is very nice, so good, it is very hard to believe. Just click 5 times, you get 100 rupees. Inherently, your system 1 kicks in. ठीक है, click कर देते हैं, क्या जाता है, देखते हैं. You start clicking 5 times. The moment you click, you are on trap. Slowly, you are pulled into that. And your system 1 keeps thinking system 2 is never coming into picture. Why do I need to put you into digital arrest? And this is very important here. If I don't put you into digital arrest and I tell you there was a parcel found, please get back to us tomorrow. Think कौन सा पार्सल है, कहाँ से आया, क्यों आया मेरे नाम पे, पुलिस स्टेशन जाए, उसके पास जाए, बात करें. You start thinking with system 2. So the fraudster never allows you to get that time to shift. He will put you in a hurry, put you in that fear, anxiety zone, and only force you to react instinctively. The moment you are under fear, what do? You react instinctively. Is it not? Fear, you react instinctively. There is no thought process behind that. Okay, so that is how fraudster will try to do, force you to think with your system 1. उनको उतना ज्ञान नहीं है, वो ना ये बुक पढ़े हैं. They have never read this system 1, system 2, but this is what they are doing. It's very simple. So what you need to do to prevent frauds is just start thinking with system 2. We'll come to that. And interesting part is the last line. There was a study when University of Florida has done a study just like this. They have asked people, okay, if I give you a phishing mail, how many would click on it? Everybody said, no, we won't click on it. But when it was actually sent to them, 45% people clicked on it. That in spite of knowing, they have clicked. So that shows their knowledge of their own susceptibility is very low. They presume that they are very good. They presume that they are very safe, like how even I presume that I cannot be defrauded. Someday there will be a moment when I can be defrauded. It will come to everyone. It's just a matter of time. Okay, and the creativity of the fraudster. Okay, next slide, please. So go line by line, please. So the first one is to start thinking with system 2 process. Most important is do not believe what you see, especially online. Everything is false. There was a study done by Europol which said 90% of the content by 2026 online will be deepfake. 90% of the content. You need not even go and see whether it is true or wrong. This is the problem online. There is no easy money. All of us have been struggling. All of the seniors will tell you how difficult it is to earn money. If you're getting easy money, that means there is something wrong. You need to question that. Please remember this. There is no easy money. In the stock market, there is no easy money. It will be easy. Okay. Learn before you adopt. This is most important. The third point is very important because most of us do not understand how the technology works. We have never realized what is UPI, how UPI works. Explaining from phone pay to bank account, we never knew that we can send to bank account. There are many other things which can be done with UPI nowadays. Okay. How many of you are aware about the new regulation which came in January in UPI? Nobody knows. What happens if you send money for the first time to an unknown contact? From January, there is a window of 4 hours where you can raise a ticket and try to get it back. This was brought in for the first time this January onwards. We are not aware of the changes which are happening, both technologically as well as policy and procedures. So you need to be aware before you adopt. This is very important. Not only this, you need to teach people around you, especially your parents, your friends, your children, all these they should learn. Okay. One study tells us most people above 37 are falling prey for cybercrimes more when compared to the youngsters. When compared to you lot, we fall prey for that. More of us. Okay. Be aware of the change in technology. This is what I told. Never share OTP, which is commonly told by everyone. Never click on links. Keep password and devices updated. Genuine applications like Windows Office. Most of us don't use genuine. Please use genuine applications, Windows operating system, MS Office, apps. Please download from genuine spaces. These are some simple common rules just to keep yourself. But the first one is most important. Think before you do something. Take a step back, think twice. Okay, next slide. What to do if you're scammed? This is very important. So if you're scammed, just call on this number 1930 or go to this portal and file a complaint. Now, this is not a solution. This is one of the solutions. I will not say it's a complete solution. You need to file an FIR. In what way both are different? Please understand this, especially as lawyers, you need to understand this very importantly. The most important thing is the portal is only a single window, sort of an interface with all the financial institutions. It is not a solution. It is only an interface to communicate with your financial institution. There are 245 odd financial institutions of different kinds, payment banks, merchants, so many different types of institutions are tagged along behind. So when your money flows from your account to some other bank, the recipient bank is alerted of the transaction and the bank gets a notice automatically from the portal. So the transaction is flagged, they verify the transaction. If they found it is wrong, they revert the money back. But reversion does not happen automatically. It has to be pursued by the police or by the complainant. Please remember this. You file a complaint on NCRP, money is not going to come back to you. You have to ensure the money comes back to you. That is only happening with the FIR or filing a petition in the court of law under 457. I hope you know what is 457. 457 CRPC. Nahi pata? Okay, anyway. So I'll come to that later. So please remember to register FIR. Without FIR, nothing is going to happen. Okay. That's why lots of money is still lying like that or it is not reverted back. Okay, next slide. These are some common problems which I've just discussed earlier in my session. So 457.2 talks about the conditional release of the seized property by the magistrate where it can be released. So upon filing by the petition by the complainant himself or by the police officer in pursuant to an FIR. So if there is an FIR, police can pursue a case. If there is no FIR, you want to get it released directly, you can file a petition in the concerned magistrate court. Okay. Next slide. This is another important initiative started by Department of Telecommunications. Please remember this. Whenever there is a phone lost, whenever you are buying a new phone, especially phone which you are buying through online platforms like OLX, etc., and whenever your SIM card needs to be blocked, okay, whenever you want to check the genuineness of your old phones, disconnect connections which are on your name which you are not aware of. If your Aadhaar or something is leaked, I can take a SIM card on your name, a new number. So you would not know whether there is a number on your name, and I keep committing those frauds on your name. The police will reach on your doorstep because the number is on your name. So please go to this portal. Next slide. There are different modules which are given. You can check for yourself how many SIM cards are on your name, how many which are you are using, how many are being used by somebody else which can be blocked. You can raise a request there only to block it. You can check the genuineness of the phone. The most important is the first one. Report fraud communication. This is the most important one. Many people, we keep getting calls, but we are not falling for it. Okay. You are not defrauded, but you are getting a call. Now you need to do something to prevent that particular person defrauding somebody else. So how do you prevent it? This is one way of prevention. Please go to this portal, Sanchar Sathi, and go to that first module called Chakshu, the first one, and enter the details of the number from where you got a call. It can be a WhatsApp call from an international number. It can be a normal phishing